Hi, I'm Carrie.
I'm Chemda. We're Gilmore Friends,
We are
and so are
Gilmore
you guys.
Friends.
I really feel like anyone who talks to me about Gilmore Girls is a Gilmore friend. That is how this title came about.
Aww.
Yes. Yeah, I would read like Reddit threads and, engage, and then I would talk to the boyfriend about it. Like, my Gilmore friends said this, that, and the next. And I'm like, he doesn't care. I need to
What if
find
someone
someone who
hates the
cares.
Gilmore Girls and are they still technically Gilmore Friends because they're talking to you about the Gilmore Girls? What if they're like, that's the worst show I've ever seen. I hate it.
Oh
Are you
boy.
like, one of my Gilmore friends hates the Gilmore Girls? Or are you like,
Um,
you're my Gilmore enemy?
that would be my Gilmore boyfriend.
Oh, good, good,
Ugh.
good.
No, you know what it is? Here's what I found. Even people who didn't like the series, boyfriend included, still end up getting into conversations with me and speaking, theoretically and like philosophically about, because these characters you cannot resist. So even if you hate it, you know what? The answer is yes. I just came up with it. I just thought about it.
That's
The
it.
answer is
There's
yes.
no such thing as a Gilmore enemy. Even a
Yeah,
Gilmore enemy is a Gilmore friend.
because we're always having this conversation.
Nice loophole. That's a loophole there. I like it.
Hey, the more friends, the merrier. I
What
need
is this
friends.
episode called? As we know
Okay.
on the show, I'm not allowed to know the name of the episode with only a handful of failures, but I did not know the name of this episode before watching it. What is it?
It's season 1, episode 10, Forgiveness and Stuff.
Oh,
Yeah. So I feel like it's a little bit of a giveaway because we ended the last episode with them fighting.
yes.
With everybody fighting, with
Yes.
Lorelai and Rory, with Emily and Lorelai, with Rory being on the outs with everybody because she was late. Dean, she's running away from Dean. That's not really a fight, but it's, so this
It's
forgiveness and
unfinished,
stuff.
right? We ended last episode with a lot of unfinished business.
Very
painful for me to not be able to watch episode 10 immediately, but that's how you want to do it. So
I enjoy that pain, and I enjoy when you tell me about that pain. So thank you very much.
It implies that I like the show.
It implies that you want it.
It implies the writers can write a cliffhanger. What do I know? Hey.
I'm taking it. And the air date is December 21st. So it's right before Christmas. The year is 2000. The cold open is the pageant with Miss Patty. You love Miss Patty, but you didn't really get a chance to really.
She's not being her full Patty self this episode, Miss Patty self this episode. And then there's this weird, the baby's arm is missing.
Yeah, so the pageant is a Christmas pageant where and this starts to show Stars Hollow has a lot of visuals that we get to see, because if you notice, nothing ever happens in this episode with the pageant, not really, but you have all these extras, you have all these actors, and you have all this imagery. There's the bells, there's the procession, it's not really part of the plot. Nobody really even talks in that. Except for what looks like Jesus, but I don't think it's Jesus. Kurt is getting tailored by Lorelai. Obviously, Lorelai and Rory are still in the fight. But here's the thing: Taylor Dosey, who's the one who Rory went up to with the baby with the missing arm, and she said, maybe we need a new baby Jesus. This one's not even a boy. Here comes some more progressive things in this series without even realizing it. He's like, no one can tell. It doesn't matter. Baby Jesus could be a boy or a girl. So this is
Rory's
accidental.
Less progressive. Yes. You're saying Rory's the non-progressive one because she's like, this baby isn't even a boy. By the way, I think when you swaddle the baby Jesus, you won't notice that he doesn't have an arm either. If you don't notice that baby Jesus doesn't have a little penis, then you're not going to notice that baby Jesus is a one-armed freak.
I mean, I think we discovered what Christmas is about. So
no disrespect to one-armed people, just saying. In this episode, the baby, you got to see that doll.
And isn't Jesus all of us? So I'm sure in some iterations he doesn't have an arm. In some iterations, he's female because he represents all of mankind. Listen, let me not be sacrilege or whatever it is. Let's move on.
You were not raised Christian enough to be going there, man. You don't know that. Neither was I.
don't know
for that
anything.
Matter. Let's move on. Christmas.
You know what? It wasn't until the end of my Jewish studies in 8th grade that they revealed to me that Jesus was a Jew, and I was so upset with everybody. I was like, this whole time, you're saying Jews are very different, very this, very that. And then it turns out Jesus, the one who is major in this other religion that I didn't even learn about is a Jew. Thanks for telling me after 9 years of yeshiva.
You would naturally assume as a child that Jesus is Christian because that's what you learn in church, which is Christian. And then come to find out even Jesus didn't practice Christianity. You're like, wait, what? So why don't I, if the whole thing is do what Jesus does and Jesus was being Jewish.
I mean, this is so fun.
This is a Christian loophole. Is like, what would Jesus do? Jesus would have a Seder.
I was just upset because, religions keep other religions so separate and so quote different that I was like, wow, we really are the same.
We really are.
Yeah.
We're all just making it up. I don't want to get into it. Okay.
Right.
So Jesus ascends into Squells Miller. What's the name of the town? Falls Hapster. Hollow, Glen Hollow, Falls Hollow, Stars Hollow.
Wow, you got there.
I did it. I got it. Yes.
So yes, and then we cut to the gazebo, the famous gazebo, Lane and Rory. Rory even forgets to meet Lane because she's just still all up in her head about her mom.
We get a review of Metamorphosis by Kafka not being a good gift for a 17-year-old boy. I don't know where I land on that one. I think a very particular kind of boy would enjoy that gift, but I don't know if Dean is that boy. Although he might be, because he seems very well-read. He knew Rosemary's Baby.
Well, that was a movie, wasn't it?
Yeah, but he knows more crap than a regular 17-year-old might.
They all kind of do. She said things are very miracle worker at our house. What is miracle worker?
That's Helen Keller. Don't speak, don't see.
Oh.
Because Helen Keller wrote The Miracle Worker.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it just means it's really quiet.
Oh.
Is how I took it. You don't see anything, you don't hear anything, you don't talk, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we also found out that Rory hasn't talked to Dean since the dance. That's how we find out it's been 4 days since the dance.
That's right. Timeline. I like it. Thank you, Lane. Lane is the best.
And isn't Lane so, again, you talked about the emotional intelligence of Rory. I think the emotional intelligence of Lane. No, we don't know Dean. We're not sure if he wants a book for Christmas, but she talks about how she gave her mom perfume and that went wrong.
Yeah.
And I can see that. I can see that from
you
my
can take
ethnic mom.
any gift the wrong way if you want to.
Right.
Is the thing. My boyfriend gives me this, it's become an inside joke, but a very fancy soap for Christmas and Carrie's birthday, which is also known as Carrie Day. And
what do you do with fancy soap? How did that even come about?
Because
fancy soap.
It's a whole long story. We don't have time. I'll tell you later. But that's the default gift, and then it's usually that's the stocking stuffer, and then the quote unquote real gift.
Okay.
But
I thought it was just because you're fancy.
Because I'm very fancy.
Yes.
And I saw this soap in a store, and I was like, hell no! What is a splurge on hand soap for you? Oh, my point is that if I wanted to take it the wrong way, I'd be like, oh, my boyfriend got me soap because he thinks I'm dirty. Right. Give me a gift and I'll tell you how I could take it wrong. I had a boyfriend once give me luggage.
Okay.
And I was like,
it
was romantic because it meant he wanted to travel with me.
Oh.
So that was the romance. But if I tell someone he got me luggage, they're like, he wants you to move out, or that's so unsexy. It's not it doesn't sound sexy on paper, but everything is context.
Yeah, so I'm sure somebody went wrong all the time, especially
so giving your mom perfume, I think is a perfectly nice gift. But if you'd had an argument about how your mom stank, then the context is different,
So the scene is set for Christmas in, what's the town called?
Stars Hollow.
Nice.
I wrote it down.
And
I need a cheat sheet.
It's a lot, though.
It's a lot, and I know I'm being quizzed. It makes it if we weren't on camera and on mic, I'd probably remember it instantly. It's just the pressure.
But you got there. I love Glenn's Hollow. Whatever version you did was
it sounds
very
right.
impressive.
I know the number of syllables. It's in there.
But I was going to say that the first couple of times that I saw the series. I didn't really appreciate all of the beautiful stuff that they put, just for no reason. Like I mentioned, the procession, the lights, the Christmassy, but I believe they go all out in this show. And I don't even think they had that big a budget. So just a small appreciation to Stars Hallow, to Amy Sherman-Palladino, to all of Gilmore Girls
Making it
for
work.
making the scene so beautiful.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. They're building, this is small town, fake small town life. It's great.
It makes me want to live in a fake small town.
Oh God, it does not make me want to live in a fake small town. It seems
of course not, but
it seems unbearably oppressive. Well, you moved to Philly.
Love it.
That's what you moved to small town Philly.
So, and then we go to the inn. The inn is where Lorelai gets uninvited. Great song by Alanis Morissette. To Christmas.
I'm uninvited. Now that's going to be in my head. She gets uninvited to Christmas dinner, which is taking the place of a Friday night dinner. This is a regular Friday night. Their dinner falls on a Friday night.
I didn't even
this is going to be the Christmas dinner.
And it's like one of those things where if Emily Gilmore has people over and her daughter's not there, it's kind of shameful,
Sure.
But she's that angry. Of course, last time she saw her, Lorelai kicked her out of the house.
Yeah. So, and they haven't made up. They haven't talked since. And she's like, so don't come. Because Lorelai gives a little pushback on getting there at 6, dinner at 8.
Well, you can't get there at 6. Some people have to work.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And if Emily really wanted her there, she would have been like, that's fine. Come at 8.
Let's face it. She was looking for
a reason to lash out and like make it hurt. And
I think she called to uninvite her, and she was looking for some sarcastic, regular response to be like, "Oh, well, don't come."
Right. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, she was looking for an in for that. I thought this was going to be a big old Christmas party. This Christmas party had like 5 people. Yeah, it's not what I would call like a Christmas party, but what do I know?
But I noticed via Ina Garden, the chef, that you can call anything a party when you're fancy.
Yeah. I call everything a party.
Yeah. You can just go, I'm having a romantic party, and it's just you and your partner. Yeah. Party on. Yeah.
I don't even need the partner. I'm having a romantic party of 1.
Absolutely.
Oh, that just got weird.
Whenever I do anything, I'm like, I'm partying. Anytime it's not
everything's a party. Partying. Make your life more interesting than people.
Exactly. And then,
join this party, baby.
Yeah, party of 1. At the house, when Rory's on the way to the Christmas party that Lorelai has been uninvited to very clearly.
Yep.
She says, I'm going to quote this, "I wish you would change your mind." Rory says this to Lorelai, and Lorelai's like, this is not my mind changing. I was uninvited. Cue Alanis Morissette again.
Right.
And then she tells her, I think you're acting immature. Excuse me, little girl, Rory.
But Rory was like, I think grandma wants you to come, which is, again, this 4D chess of like, let's read other people's minds and like not take them at their word when it's not convenient. And like, if Lorelai had showed up anyway, that could have gone horribly wrong. And then you're half an hour from your pajamas,
Especially for a fancy person who creates a menu very specifically for exactly
and you make a table setting. Yes.
Yeah. Yes. You can't just show up when you're uninvited. Plus, I don't know, feelings wise, who does that?
Yeah. No, it's rude.
Yeah. You can't.
She was raised right. If you're not invited, you don't come.
And also, when Lorelai said, "Get out of my house," she meant it. So you got to assume Emily meant it.
Then we cut to what I think is the whole purpose of this episode, which is Lorelai at home eating salad out of the bag.
Can we talk about the eating salad out of the bag? You made such a face.
I am in love.
Thank you.
Because Lorelai and I have something in common.
What?
And that is, I will do anything to avoid washing a dish.
Yes. When I first saw this episode, first of all, because I live in Philly, thank you, Philly, I have a dishwasher now.
Oh my God.
I don't even know what to say. Thank you, Philly. I miss you, New York. You are the love of my life. But Philly, you gave me a dishwasher. And I also have become an expert since I lived so many years doing dishes. I could do your dishes. I'm into it now. But anyway, anything to avoid a dish. When I first saw Lorelai do that, she opens the bag, smartly, because I used to open the bag and just eat it with my hands, but she puts the dressing right in the bag, shakes it up, and then is about to eat it. I never thought of that. My head exploded. And I saw you make a face, and I'm like, are you making a face at the smartest thing I've ever seen?
That's the smartest thing I've ever seen. I mean, I would probably do the like eat the lettuce out of the bag and like drizzle individual leaves with the
or dunk it
dressing or dunk it, but then you have to dunk it into a bowl. That's another thing to clean. So she did it very sloppily. It looks ridiculous, but yeah, she's a genius. And I think this whole episode is about that.
Thank you for understanding.
It's about the lettuce bag. It's the homeless woman eating lettuce out of a bag. It's brilliant.
And see, even if we disagreed, we could still be Gilmore friends.
That's right. And also, if you come over, that's what I'm serving you. Lettuce in a bag with a fork.
Oh, please do. That is
because I got to wash that fork. Actually, if we have a Gilmore Friends themed party, we got to remember that. We have to. Are we making a list of things to make sure we remember to have at our like gala?
That's the salad course. It only comes in. Everyone gets a little bag.
Everyone gets an individual bag. Oh, it's perfect. It's so good.
Yes, and I even wrote it down. Also, she was trying to order pizza before. Do you remember when we had to call to order your food? Folks, if you are Grubhubbing and Seamlessing, bless you. I mean, you are living the life. This is probably why the US is completely in debt, because we press a button. You can even say, hey, robot, whatever your robot is. I don't want to say the name because it'll
trigger all the robots across the nation. Yes.
Hey, robot, reorder that dish. You can set it up and just get your fix. We used to have to call, and the Chinese food restaurants were harder because it was definitely like it was like calling my mom. You're new to the country.
The language barrier made it. But you know what the Chinese restaurants ended up doing was having a numbered list for their menu. So you call up the Chinese place, neither of you speak the other one's language, and you just go 73 chicken.
And they would repeat it.
Yep.
And get there within 5 minutes.
Yeah. As you're hanging up the phone.
We were calling cabs. We were calling pizza. We were calling anything. And the cab company.
This is why our generation we can talk on the phone. Anyone younger than us can't talk on the phone anymore. They won't do it.
I'm still a little awkward, but I always have been on the phone. But on the phone, do you grew up in Queens. When you ever had to call a cab, first of all, it was, you had to like take out a mortgage to take a cab. It was like $30 to go anywhere. And $30 at the time was almost your rent. So anyway. So you're in Queens. You need a cab. The cab people so know that they got you. They call. I used to be nervous. I would write down the address, even if it was my own address, because
oh my God,
they would hang up the phone on you. They go, what's your name? And I'm like, I know that what he just said is give me your address, like right now. And I would just say the address, even though I didn't understand what he said. He's like, where are you going to? Okay, have that address also. 15 minutes, be outside. And if you didn't have all of that info, you were getting hung up on. If you were not outside as soon as that guy pulled up, goodbye.
Oh, yeah. It was intense. It was super intense. The one we called would be like, okay, 5 minutes. And then they would hang up.
Yes.
And then if 6 minutes went by and you called back and you were like, hi, I just called it. What time? And they were so aggressive and so mean.
And they always already left.
And they would say, okay, 5 minutes. It was always okay, 5 minutes. And most of the time that meant 5 minutes. But some of the time it meant, 12 minutes. And then you're like, am I an idiot? Like,
I'm so scared to recall. But yeah, that was our tough life.
Yeah, it was
that
rough.
We had to walk uphill to school both ways.
Yeah, I walked uphill. And I ordered pizza on the phone and that was fine. But Chinese food was a little trickier. It was mostly pizza and Chinese food were the takeout that we grew up with.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot going on.
Eventually, we got Indian food takeout, but that took a minute.
Thai,
I think.
And like all of it. Well, in Queens, it took a while, unless you lived in like Elmhurst or Jackson Heights. But even then, it wasn't really delivering as much.
It wasn't really delivered. It'd be more you just go. You would just go get it. Yeah,
you'd pick it up.
Takeout. You would go pick it up,
or you'd eat it there.
All right. So, quick question.
Yeah.
Does Dean not know about Friday night dinners?
I think he does. See, I think you're wrong about that. This is Friday night.
It is Friday night. She says
it. Sure?
Oh. Yeah. Maybe Emily says it later in the hospital. I wrote it with a question mark and I erased the question mark Emily says it later in the hospital that it's Friday night. So Dean comes to knock on the window on a Friday night. He doesn't know about that Rory's likely not there.
That's a good point. That's
Whatever.
A plot.
So he and Lorelai make up at the window.
Yeah, so he comes to the window, which is a huge plot line for years and years ago. I don't know if they still do that, but boys used to come to the window. That was like one of my romantic things in my head as like a teenager that would never happen. They'd climb the tree, but I didn't live in like that kind of situation where that was never going to happen.
No, I lived on the third floor. The first time a boy came to my window, I was in college and I was in a dorm, and he came to the window because I said I always wanted that. Like he was like, you live.
My neighbor threw pennies at my window.
See?
Yeah. Okay. So they did come to the window.
Yeah.
Right,
come to the window. So like,
yeah.
I mean, you could, if you were a good enough shot, throw a penny at my third floor window, but you could also just ring the bell. My mom was cool, like whatever. So when I was in college, I had a dorm room on the first floor, and I told my then boyfriend, "Can you come sneak into my window?" And he was like, "But there's no rule. Like I could," and I was like, "No, I've just always wanted a boy to sneak in the window."
And that's another song reference. Come to my window.
Come through my window. Yeah. So I finally got to live out that dream, even though it was for show. But yeah, a boy did. I did make a boy crawl through the window for me. God damn it!
I love that.
Yeah, I grew up in the city. Great. I don't have,
That's awesome.
Whatever.
So, okay, with the coming into the window, so Dean's at the window. Lorelai, I thought, was being pretty decent with him. I mean, it's awkward to have a conversation with somebody's mom, but there's this line where there's this like nothing happened situation.
Yeah.
Where parents and kids are always talking about like nothing happened. And I just gag at that. That used to be very normal to be like, nothing happened. Don't go below this thing. Don't go under the shirt. And now I'm cringing at it going, you are talking to children about sex. Like it's very weird to be that involved.
It's part of purity culture.
Yes.
Which is like, I did keep your daughter out all night, but don't worry, I didn't defile her.
Yeah.
It's very purity culture. It's really gross.
It is.
And it reeks of that, like, you don't want to impurify the young women, the girls.
Because then who will want her?
But then who will want her? And the fact that everyone is emphasizing this nothing happened thing absolutely rubs me the wrong way. That's the thing that the kids seem to be focused on. Like, let's reassure mom. This is how we're going to reassure the grownups. Don't worry, nothing happened. And that's not what I think. I'm more upset that she was out all night, because that's terrifying.
That's terrifying, to wake up and your kid's not there.
To wake up and your kid is not there.
Isn't it funny that nothing happened doesn't mean I didn't drink, I didn't smoke, I didn't do drugs, I didn't rob, I
didn't eat your daughter's pussy. Don't worry about it.
Exactly. Every time they say the words nothing happened.
But he shouldn't. I feel like the way Dean should apologize, yes, I agree, should not be, and believe me, nothing happened. It should be, I feel really bad that we lost track of time and fell asleep, and then I freaked you out and I worried you, and that was wrong. Yes. And I apologize for that. Not, don't worry, ma'am, nothing happened. Ew.
Yeah.
Ew.
Like, do you also want to know how far we got so far?
Yeah.
I don't know. And they're also of an age where like something could happen. I'm not saying they have to have sex by now or should.
Well, I'm telling you, they did have sex.
I'm saying, you know what? I'm going to say this. If they did have sex, it wouldn't be that crazy.
Right. Two teenagers having sex?
Yeah. It's like, young. But it's not that young.
It's not like Stop the Presses young, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
it's young to have a kid, but yelling you're going on birth control is not the move.
Right. And then having each of the children have to reassure the grown-ups that nothing happened is really gross. I agree.
Okay.
So and then Lorelai does not cancel the pizza and goes to Luke's instead. Luke makes a Santa Claus burger that they show it so briefly on screen. I got to go back and rewatch it because I need to see it again. It seemed very cute.
Did your heart melt? My heart, I always look for that Santa burger because my heart melts at that. Because
See, I didn't know to look for it, and it was too quick on the screen. Yeah,
but
my
just
heart melted. It's so
the
sweet.
idea, because Luke kind of pretends like he's not listening, or at least not listening to anything emotional, anything personal. He kind of changes the subject all the time. And then he proves that he's listening with that burger. He proves that he's listening by saying, she goes like, do you even know what I'm talking about? And he says, you're not with your daughter. You're not at this dinner that you like. And I'm like, oh man. And you know what? That's how they built men at the time. You know, they get to express themselves more now, but that's got to be rough. He's got to be like all tough and not noticing. And then they soften up for a moment, and then they have to be like, but I don't care, and I'll get you your burger. You know,
I think that might just be his personality, like where he's just like.
But what comes first?
I mean,
because he's a softie, so why would he have to be so uncomfortably?
Because you feel like if you tell everyone you're a softie, people take advantage of you. So you have to let it out in small bursts. And doing that, you have to be a little gruff all day and then bring people hot chocolate when it's cold and bring bags of ice to a party and make a little Santa.
But women
burger.
didn't have to do that. We ended up doing it. I think that you and I have that kind of personality. But I think what I was doing was mimicking a man. I remember, going like, hey, obviously I didn't know how to articulate this. I didn't know that this is what I'm feeling. But I noticed that men, especially in my family, in my culture, they get to do more of what they want. They're less questioned. They're less immoral when they do, regular teenage things. So I started acting, quote, like a guy, like how they expect guys to act. And I got more stoic, less lovey, less feelingsy. I got a little more loud and angry. And I thought, like, if I portray this, then I can get respect.
Yeah.
Because that's who people respect.
How did that go for you?
Says less. Well, now I have to undo all of that because it's stupid.
Right. Your hard exterior. I mean, I do the show Don't Tell, the New Yorker thing, where you're kind but not nice. Like it's the just do the kind act and don't make a big fuss about it.
Yeah, I mean, I still got taken advantage of.
But like if he had served her the Santa burger and she burst into tears and said like, "Oh, I love you so much." This,
well,
that would have been embarrassing for him. He just wanted to do a nice thing and not make a big freaking thing about it.
Yeah, and there's something nice about moving slow with your.
But
with your emotional expression, it's nice.
Right. But if she had ordered the burger and he said, and guess what? I'm going to make you a special Santa burger. And it's going to brighten your mood. Because I can tell you're down.
That's not the only other option.
No, but I'm saying, I think that's his personality. And like, men are taught to be a little more stoic. But I also think that once again, we haven't seen Max in 10 years on this show. What happened to Max? Nobody says his name when he's not actively part of the plot on screen.
There's a lot going on in people's lives.
Yeah, but we didn't talk about. They made it out. We don't hear from Max, and so him showing. I don't know. That's it. Just that he's showing it more.
I really think after all the interactions with men and us learning a little bit more about them now that they're allowed to express it, now that we're even listening. I think it's chicken or the egg, like I get that they're, more stoic, but is it because they were raised that's for girls and they developed that? I think it depends on the guy. So you might be right.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's also like non-binary now. And I think it comes from this kind of thing where you're laying.
It's too confusing. I mean, non-binary is a really good answer to this really confusing issue of like, how emotional should I be? And like, why don't I just be myself and not have to choose?
Right. And
if neither one feels right, But
then you don't put it on me how I'm going to be by me just telling you my sex or gender. So that's a whole.
We got a whole podcast on.
Yeah.
But I like in TV and movies where someone calls and says, "Dad's at the hospital," and they don't say which hospital. It's like ordering a beer on TV or movie, like, I'll take one beer. And they're like, okay. And the same thing with hospital. Be like, Hartford's a big city. There's more than one hospital. Which hospital? Clarify. She's like, Dad's at the hospital. There's only one hospital within a 300-mile radius. Must be that one.
Yeah. And at the time, so Lorelai and Emily had a cell phone. Rory did not, and she's the one who called Lorelai about what happened, about Grandpa being in the hospital. But then Lorelai must not have had Emily's number and vice versa, because Emily is calling the house.
Yes.
And
Lorelai is not calling Emily.
Because we used to have cell phones for emergencies. But here's an emergency. You guys just didn't bother giving each other the cell phone numbers.
Because you didn't. And like, this is the first we've seen Lorelai with a telephone, with a cell phone, right?
I think so.
I haven't seen Lorelai with a cell phone, and I've been looking for it. We did see that Rory had a pager.
Oh, yeah.
That time when she was at Emily's house.
So Lorelai could have paged her. There's a couple loose ends here.
I know she could have paged her from her cell phone. People didn't know this back then. Everyone was cell phone idiot back then. You used to like keep it off unless you turned it on to make a call. So you might not even get a call.
You used to forget it at home. You used to
You didn't need you didn't need to have
my phone on me. Yeah.
Right. Why would I need my phone on me? Was what you said back then.
Yes.
Why would I need a phone on me? I have one at home.
You're so obnoxious. You have a phone on you? Where are you? It was
for like
going?
Rich douchebags in 2000. We're like, oh, look at Richie pants. Like,
that's how they depicted douchebags. Like in the beginning of Pretty Woman, you find like a guy with a convertible talking on his phone, because that's what rich people do.
That's the symbol of rich people. It's amazing.
And it had a cord.
You asked me how I knew that Richard was having a heart attack.
Oh my God. So we're sitting at dinner. First of all, Emily says, a compliment for my chef is a compliment for me. And I'm like, love that line. She's so good. But yes, he starts like loosening his tie. And I love that Emily is so proper that she's like, she's clutching her pearls at her husband, loosening his tie a little bit because he feels hot. Because what will people think when you're disheveled like that? And Carrie goes, is he having a heart attack? And I'm like, fix your face, fix your face. I don't want her to know.
Anytime a man over 50 on screen says, oh, is it hot in here? And does that, heart attack.
I had no idea.
That's it. It's like if on screen, if a woman ever vomits, pregnant.
Oh.
Ever. That's it. If she's like, I feel so nauseate, pregnant. And
so
like, if you're watching a movie that takes place before, say, 1930, and a character coughs, dead.
What?
They die.
Well, no you're coughing. Right.
You get tuberculosis, you're dead. So like, a man saying he's hot, a woman throwing up, these are the signs. So he goes, is it hot in here? And I'm like, oh, heart attack. Or he's having a stroke. Like this is a medical episode.
Yeah, there was. Yeah.
So then Luke shuts down his entire restaurant to drive Lorelai to the hospital.
Again, swoon. I'm sorry.
I know.
You know, it's just, and he even gives, what's it? Darcy. Oh my God, I'm forgetting.
Douchey.
Douchey.
He gives Douchey the keys to the castle and says, make yourself as much hot chocolate as you want. Don't pee in the soup. And like, I'll be back later. Which is an insane thing to do on a Friday night. You just shut down your entire restaurant.
Well, that's the thing. He's like, money doesn't matter. My friend is in need. Don't worry about finding the cab number, waiting for the cab. I'm going to take you because this is way more important than anything else. And it's just like, wow, you know, these stoic guys, when it's time to be warm, they get there. So
they're action based. I love it. I would so much prefer the action based. Like,
I have to remember that when I'm like, please tell me your feelings.
I know.
I know. To remember that.
I need words of affirmation like nobody's business. And all I get is acts of service.
What are you feeling? Yeah.
All I get is acts of service. Yep. But yeah, so I wrote bags of ice guy drives her to the hospital, and then I drew a heart in my notes. I actually drew a heart in my notes. I'm not going to show you because someone will freeze it and look at all the other stupid notes. But trust you me,
they're so dumb.
Okay. Then we have, is he going to live? Is he not going to live? Of course he's going to live. Obviously he's going to live. And then.
But on the way to the hospital.
Oh, yeah.
When Lorelai talks about her dad, I choke up because the way, again, men were like, go to work, make money for your family. The mom will check on how the child's emotional welfare is doing. You will check on the financial welfare of the house. And so she can't remember any gathering, any, she can't remember her going to a mall with him or doing anything with him.
Right.
And I just remember, I'm thinking, oh my God, that's not what my dad did with us either. He was head of house. Like, it was very rare that he would have that warm moment.
Mm-hmm.
And then she says, my dad's not a bad guy. And it's like, but he got me as a daughter, and what a disappointment. And that I have felt that so much in my life about my dad, because this is not the daughter that you wanted, and you did everything right.
Right.
Like, according to how you think the world is, how you were told the world is, you went to the job that you were supposed to go to, you worked your butt off, you provided, you gave me the things that you knew a dad was supposed to do. Like, there was a list and you covered it, and there was a list for me, and I was like, whatever. And it's not that I can turn around and be a different person. Just every once in a while, I'm like, wow, you didn't get what you want. And it's not, I know it's not real. It's not what is actually happening. I have to be myself, and I'm still a good daughter and all that stuff. But there are moments where you just go like, how disappointing he must be. Both of my parents,
Right. Yeah. I don't think they are, but that's, I haven't met them. I haven't asked them. I don't know. But
I mean, they told me, but okay.
I know, but they said that to inspire you, not because it's their actual heart, whatever. And that's a terrible way to feel. I mean, that's awful.
I think a lot of people feel that way. I think we used to have this thing where if your family does this and looks like that, and wears this and drives to there, and there's a list for everybody.
Where is this perfect family?
That's the thing.
Where does this exist ever? Have you ever met a perfect family?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No, psychiatrists wouldn't have a job.
No. Yes. Yes, your parents will fuck you up.
Of course.
That's it. It's not how. It's not if, it's how.
Yeah. And, and I believe that I got love, and I believe that, my parents were great parents, and if not mess me up this way, some other parents would mess me up another way.
Yeah.
You did what you did. Good on you.
I don't think there is a 100% functioning family ever. I mean, I had friends that I thought had the perfect family, and then they turned 20 and the dad left with the mistress. Right. And there's underlying crap, and then everything is seen under this veil of dad was lying to us for 13 years or something. There's some weird element. I would envy my friends, seemingly perfect lives, and then you get in there and they're absolutely not perfect.
Yeah. I mean, I had a best friend whose parents let her do whatever she wants, and she was independent, and she took public transportation before me and went to places by herself before me. And of course I envied that. And she envied that, my mom would be picking both of us up, and she's like, oh, you have a mom that picks you up, drops you off,
oh yeah.
Does that warm stuff. But I'm like, but your mom's not up your ass. So we're all just.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And everything looks better,
Yeah.
I didn't have a mom who was up my ass, but I had to do a bunch of stuff by myself,
Yeah.
And I thought
none of this is the worst.
None of it's no, it could have been worse, but meh. I don't feel like I say that to say, I don't think that Lorelai is a disappointment to her father.
I think that parents who have that much riding on their kids go back and forth, just like the daughters go back and forth. Just like I go back and forth, I think they go back and forth.
Sure.
Ultimately, you love each other, but there are feelings of couldn't she just do the thing right?
Right.
Sorry, but we're part of their goals and ambitions, and they didn't reach this particular goal because of this particular person.
Right.
That doesn't mean they hate me, but that's disappointing. I don't care. Like, they could be disappointed, you know?
Yeah, I know. Their
you gotta
disappointment doesn't
disappoint.
affect your day-to-day life,
Right.
you know? Like, go be disappointed. I mean, I don't, I mean, my dad is weird enough that, like, I have learned to brush off his, like, insane disappointment in me because, I don't know, he read a book.
It's not real.
He read a book one time in the 90s that was like, tell your kids you're proud of them. So he'll just do that. You know, and I'm like, it doesn't have anything behind it. He's like, well, I'm very proud of you. And I'm like, I know that you're, you know, like, it's not based on anything. It feels so
But you
empty.
can't dismiss it because he's trying.
Right, exactly. And like, he said a nice thing. Like, he checked it off. He said a nice thing. And like, that's nice. It's nice to hear.
It's as far as somebody can go.
I don't feel that way. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, he read the checklist of like how not to fuck up your kids, and he's trying to like do 7 of them. It's like, it's weird. Yeah. One of the weirdest conversations in this episode, and I want to get your take on it, is when Emily and Luke are suddenly, and I love these two characters, are sitting there hanging out in this like stressful situation. And Luke does not want to be there. He's uncomfortable with hospitals, which a lot of people suffer from, but he's putting on a brave face. He and Emily, and she, I think it's the second time they sit alone together, or maybe that's the first time they're alone together, the second time they meet. And she's like, what's your deal? You know? And he's like, we're just friends. There's no deal. And she goes, well, then you're both idiots.
Okay.
What is she talking about?
Okay. First of all, I also love this scene very much. He's slouching, but when she comes over, he sits upright because he understands this is, you know, mixed company kind of woman. And she sits down and she softens up right away because I think she sees him as not a person because he's beneath her. So she's allowed to say this kind of stuff that I don't even know if she says that kind of stuff in front of her husband. You know, it was very soft. It was very vulnerable. And then she realizes it, wakes up from it and goes, wait, who are you? You know, who are you? Who are you to my daughter? And Luke says, no, we're friends because Lorelai just made it very clear that they're friends. Yep. And no matter what feelings he has, and the truth is they are just friends. She says, then you're both idiots because she's asked her daughter that. Emily asked Lorelai that. Emily now asked Luke that. But you said she met Luke twice. Both times she felt vibes between them. It's not that she wants them to be together. It's that you guys could both be in denial. You can both go like, no, we're just friends. But she's like, all right, you're not going to admit to this. Fine. Then we're all idiots. Sure. So I don't think it's, you know, why don't you ask her out? I think it's more like, Luke, you know, you like her, and Lorelai, you know, there's like a thing between you guys. But right. Yeah, but you can keep going.
Emily's personality is so controlling. Like, she might say you're both idiots for denying it, but I read it as like, you two should be together. And I feel like Luke is not the person that Emily would choose for Lorelai.
No way. No, this is the kind of thing. And I feel like my mother would feel the same way. Look, you guys are not admitting something, which means you will let this slip into a relationship. And that's not what you want to do. So recognize your attraction to each other and cut it out. Get it out of your life. Admit that something is going on and then make it stop.
Have you ever had a male friend that people said you two know you like each other?
Yes.
I know for a fact you have.
Yes.
And do you remember how annoying it was when people said you guys are obviously a good match?
No, because I knew they were right.
Okay.
But yes, it was annoying because I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. So
I've had completely and totally platonic male friends that people say, you guys make a good couple. And I'm like, no, we're really legit just friends. It's so annoying because it adds an awkward element to.
I agree. And it's one of those like men and women can't be friends. And I think that in a lot of cases they can't be because when you spend a lot of time with another person that you can be attracted to, you might. But I see you as a very specific personality where you have friends and you actually don't see gender. I mean, if you think about
no, I definitely, and I'm not saying I'm not like, this is going to sound crazy, but like, hear me out. I'm not saying that I don't have friends I'm attracted to or friends that have elements that I would be attracted to. you know?
Yeah.
So like being friends with someone does not mean I don't find them attractive. That's a better way to say it.
But okay, so I'm pansexual, formerly called bisexual, but now that there's no
I thought it was just queer now.
Queer, sure, whatever. What I'm saying is, whatever you put in front of me, there is a chance that, you know? So what are you going to say about me? I can't have friends?
Right, exactly. But like, what if you have a friend that you also find attractive to that you don't want to be with at all? Like, attractiveness does not mean you can't be friends with someone. Like, and I get that the Harry Met Sally, like, you can't be friends with men and women because what if you find them attractive? So find your friend attractive.
Yeah, but I think so. Let's talk about When Harry Met Sally, because in the movie When Harry Met Sally, I believed them. They were not attracted to each other. They did not want to be with each other. And then, see, with my current boyfriend, I didn't think of him like that until I did. And maybe people don't believe that happens, but I do. So you can become this other element.
But I also have lots of male friends that I think are super cute.
Yeah, they're very gorgeous people out there. That doesn't mean I want to do anything.
Right. But like I feel it's disingenuous when people are like, he's my friend, so I find him repulsive. And I'm like, that's not true. That's not how people are. You know?
You're gorgeous. Did I ever try anything?
I don't know. I don't remember. Right. There's some nights that I blacked out.
Look, there's a thing that you can sense between people. And if you're not just ignorantly throwing out, you're a boy and you're a girl, or you're two girls and you're lesbian. If you're not doing that, then there's a vibe or there's not a vibe. And when there's not a vibe, and when there is a vibe and your partner can sense it, it starts being gaslighting I feel vibe or not vibe. And there's a vibe between Luke and Lorelai.
Yeah. That's a totally different thing. And we've talked about that before. Just like when you know there's a vibe, there's a vibe.
Yeah. Otherwise, what are you going to do? Be attracted to all of your friends' husbands if you're straight, you know? Like
a lot of my friends married really hot dudes.
Yeah.
And that's not my fault.
People are attractive. What the hell? That doesn't mean
and as soon as I break them all up and marry all their husbands, everything will be fine. What's the problem?
But here, Emily is not wrong, and she feels gaslighted, whatever it is,
right?
Because there's obviously a vibe.
For Emily to say out loud, "Then you're both idiots," I found very out of character for her. I know she's stressed; her husband's like in the thing, but like I found it very out of character for her to make a judgment call that quickly and then say it out loud. Then you're both idiots.
See, I think she's calling it. I think it's a warning. It's, hey, I see what's going on here. Mm-hmm. It has to end.
Yeah. I mean, one time a male friend of mine sent me balloons for my birthday, and my mom was like, "Who's this guy? Who's this guy?" Like he sent them like in the delivery.
I mean, that's
because he didn't want to send flowers because he thought flowers were too romantic. So he sent balloons. And my mom was like, "Who's this guy? Who's this guy?" And I was like, "We're just friends." You know, and she was like, "All right, idiots," because he liked me.
Hello. How about the person who's not your person, but they send the birthday message at midnight? It's like, don't do that.
Oh, I do that to my friends. But that's an ego thing. That's because I want to be the best at sending birthday messages.
Also, like, you never have an inappropriate vibe. Again, it's all vibes. It's all vibes. You do not.
I've had to turn it down. I mean, I've gotten in trouble with friends for accidentally flirting with their boy. And like, I know I don't mean anything by it, but I'm playful and I think I'm being playful. I mean, and you push it too far and a good friend will call you out on it so that you know. But like, yeah, you walk a line.
Because you're very friendly and you know people very well. And I think it could be misconstrued. Yep. I don't think I would ever think that about you though.
No, it's happened. And like, I feel awful. Like it's a terrible thing. It sucks. Major donkey dick.
That sucks. I've been misunderstood because I'm like, hey, that's just how I talk. But I've also not been misunderstood. I had to grow up and like not default to flirting by accident because that's just how I'm charismatic or work the room or whatever.
I want people to feel comfortable, right? So that people misconstrue my trying to like play the hostess to like she likes me, and I don't want to hurt anyone.
You have to
I don't want to
another
hurt
way
anyone's
do
feelings.
things.
You got to pull it back and like then whatever.
Oh my God, you guys listening? I know we went on tangents, but please, if you relate to any of this, it feels so good to hear from other people about this kind of stuff. Vibes versus like, you know, obviously you like each other. What did you guys think when Emily said, you guys are idiots? Because I feel like Carrie and I are in a fight right now.
Are we? We're really in a fight. I thought you were flirting with me this whole time. I thought you wanted me because I'm hot and you want this. Because you're pansexual, which is the new bi.
We're such idiots.
It's the new bi. But wait a second. I had another question and I forgot it. Oh, edit that out. That's awkward.
Oh, now I want to know.
What do people in Gilmore World think of this episode? Like, what is the major argument about this episode amongst your people?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't remember any specific arguments, or I just think they think there's I'm assuming there's a vibe and that's what she's saying, but I don't know.
I mean, Lorelai is also an idiot if she doesn't realize that Luke likes her at this point. You know? Like, you close your restaurant and, like, jump in your truck to bring a friend. I mean, that's where was Suki, you know?
Not at the diner, but maybe if she was where he was, she would take him. It's right. I see it as like, and I get it because he is obviously into her, but it's a small town, so a lot of people do each other favors.
I know. But
Suki,
I think
in the first episode, when Lorelai was worried about getting money for Chilton, Suki said, what can I do? You can have my car, sell my car. You know, it's like,
yeah.
Is she in love with her? You know, I mean, again, vibe. Nobody thought Suki was in love with Lorelai.
Maybe Suki is in love with Lorelai.
New plot.
Let's watch the whole rest of the series with that in mind. See how that goes.
I would love that.
She's just heartbroken all the time. Poor Suki. Oh.
You know what? I'm going to tell you this trivia because we're right here. I believe originally Amy Sherman-Palladino, the creator of this show, wanted Suki to be a lesbian, but she was not allowed to because the year was 2000.
Ah.
Yep.
That sucks.
Yep.
Well, now I'm going to watch it with that in mind. That character was supposed to be a lesbian. Not shy lesbian.
It's going to be so different now, you guys.
I know.
Oh my God.
Look how she walks. She was supposed to be a lesbian.
She must love Lorelai. Now Lorelai and Luke are going to duke it out.
Oh, they're going to duke it out.
Okay, so now one of the last lines is he's somebody relays, I forget who, I think Lorelai tells Luke that he's going to be okay. Yes, Lorelai is telling Luke Dad's going to be okay right before she gives him the hat. And she goes, although he says life is not life unless it includes a steak. And sorry, vegans and vegetarians, but give me a steak.
Wow.
I'm flirting with the steak now.
You're flirting with your. I get sense of vibe between you and the steak.
You can. You can.
I have eaten steaks that you have prepared for me, and you do them up real nice. Oh. You make a nice steak. But so you agree with Richard Gilmore on this, that a steak is worth dying for?
Uh-huh.
Okay. You just pissed off all the vegetarian vegans.
I know. And I'm obviously killing myself, but
yeah. Are you cooking a steak right now? Let me see your hands.
No.
Yeah. No, he's going to have to make some, I mean, that's always the diagnosis too. Like sometimes it's not a heart attack. Sometimes it's just heartburn, and the character overreacted and went to the hospital. And then they're like, it was just heartburn, but it was still a wake up call. You know,
yeah.
And
so
then
I've had major heartburn recently, and in trying to figure it out, you know, you like take out this from your diet, take out that, and with steak, I'm like, please don't let him beat steak.
I know.
And I eat it slower, I chew it more. You know, I do that with all the food so that I at least am giving my body a chance to do something with it. I'm helping.
You're helping. Yeah, chew it harder, or just eat smaller portions of it.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Yeah,
portions are my trouble. You can give me more steak instead of ice cream. Like, I really don't care.
Right.
much, but I'd rather have more of the meal than the dessert because just food is glorious.
Yeah. One year for Christmas, I didn't have anything to do or anywhere to go. I think it was one of the pandemic years. And since I was home alone for Christmas, I just made like 40 pounds of mashed potatoes just for me. And I bought the fancy butter and I bought like all of the best quality possible of each ingredient. And I smashed it all up and I just dropped my face into like a giant vat of mashed potatoes.
I can have that for dinner. Just mashed potatoes.
That was my Christmas dinner that year.
We're building our Gilmore Friends dinner.
It's so good.
That's what's happening.
Yeah.
So that's my notes for this episode.
You got trivias?
I do. Here comes the trivia. Season 1, episode 10, Forgiveness and Stuff. And boy, did we stuff. We had all kinds of things to talk about in this episode. Air date, December 21. The year's 2000 still. We're almost at 2001. Number 1. Who played the nurse that Emily Gilmore was harassing at the hospital?
That was Lynch. Jane Lynch?
Jane Lynch. That's right.
It was good to see her. I saw her and I was like, oh my God. Yeah, she's been working a long time. Yeah.
Yes, because that's before all the... See, I never saw, what was it that she's known for? Glee. I never saw Glee, and I didn't know she was in it. I know her from Role Models and other comedies. So, you know, she's like the feisty, kind of dopey, but, you know, angry but funny. Yeah. I like her a
great.
lot. Yeah.
She's so funny. I mean, she's a great comedic actor. I also didn't watch Glee. I know her from the funny movies.
And she's been on everything. In researching this, I found out she was on Friends. She was on a lot of different TV shows, like just as a simple, you know, maybe one-time role. She's so recognizable now. Yeah. Back then, it was just like...
No, it was like, it was 25. Yeah, she looks so young and like, and she's not like going all out in the character because it's just not called for.
Yeah, she's not very character-y, but
she's still somehow hilarious, like inexplicably hilarious. I love it.
Yeah, there's something about her that I like.
Is that the first trivia I've ever gotten right?
Yeah.
Yes, 10 episodes in.
And you got the heart attack before.
Oh, well, that wasn't trivia.
Yeah,
it's just like, what is,
So here's the thing. All of my trivia today has to do with the characters and where do we know them from.
Okay.
So that's one. I think she's the most recognizable and the fastest that people will get. But you remember, so the Gilmores had a Christmas dinner and it was...
Two of the guests.
So one of the guests had an acting gig in Star Trek, The Wonder Years, General Hospital, One Life to Live. It's a long list, but what is he best known for? Did you feel like you recognized him from somewhere? He was the one arguing with Richard Gilmore.
Yes, the guy arguing with Richard Gilmore was definitely familiar to me. And I was like, who is that guy? I don't know who that guy is, but I bet I know who that guy is. I give up.
As soon as I say it, you're going to kick yourself.
I know.
In Seinfeld, he was Elaine's boss at Pendant Publishing.
Oh.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, because I was like, I know him.
Yes.
I have no idea from what. And
what's the actor's name?
Richard Fancy.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm like, am I making this up? Because I keep calling it the fancy dinner and it's Richard Gilmore and all this stuff, but Richard Fancy.
Richard Fancy. I'm looking up a picture of him right now.
Yeah, and he has such a long list of the things that he did.
Oh, yeah. He's been in everything. Yeah. Yeah. That's the guy. That's the face. I mean, he just has a good face. Yeah. He gives good face. Okay.
Unlike another dinner guest that you're not going to recognize, she does not have a long list of roles, but she played Tom Hanks' sister, which was a tiny role on what huge film in the year 2000, same year. So she was having a good year.
Oh, was that Castaway? That was 2000.
Yeah, you did it.
Yeah.
What?
I know my Tom Hankses.
Oh, okay.
And then there's a brief scene because that starts with a Christmas dinner too, I think, right? In Castaway.
I don't remember.
And the sister's like, I would not have recognized her from that role.
And it was the same year, so she looked the same.
Oh, but I got to go back.
But he would Elaine's boss was a recurring character, so it's a little
yeah.
Okay, and I have another one about a character. Okay, so do you remember when in the opening scene Lorelai was fixing somebody's costume?
Yes.
Okay, do you recognize him?
Is that our favorite extra?
Yeah.
That's the guy again?
Yep. He is Mick from episode 1, the DSL guy. He is Kirk from episode 3, the Swan guy. And he's Kirk again here as the person getting tailored by Lorelai.
Oh my God. I love this guy so much. And I love that I never recognize him because he looks different in every context. And he's always just some guy who delivers one line or two lines. You stuck me. Wow.
Yes.
Wow. What's this extra's name again? I'm so sorry that I asked again.
His actual name is Sean Gunn with 2 N's.
Okay. I'm writing this down because I need to like know to look for him next time.
And his name in this episode was Kirk. So he's been Mick and he's been Kirk.
Okay. And he's the DSL guy and the Swan guy. And now this guy.
Yep.
I love it. Okay. Yeah,
that's my trivia, but
that's my favorite Easter egg of this series so far. Yay. That they just keep reusing the same extra, and I freaking love it. That's my favorite part of the series. Awesome. That and the salad bag eating.
We learned so much.
Yes, and we need to learn how to make Santa burgers for our dinner, for our gala.
I agree with her that it's the grossest, nicest thing. It looks so gross, but it's so sweet. So
I bet
sweet.
I could make it good.
Challenge
Do you like mayonnaise
accepted.
on your burgers?
No.
Oh.
I don't like any condiments.
Oh, well then I can't decorate.
Not even ketchup.
I just have to make a Santa sculpture out of just ground beef.
Listen, somehow you're giving yourself this will be maybe part of the Gilmore dinner that we're having. So
it is a ground beef sculpture. I love it.
Something.
Mark it.
You're in charge of that.
Ink it. No avocado. Because you and Lorelai don't like them.
Thank you.
All right. Well,
so now I need to hear your predictions because I feel like we just had a good old intense, heavy time.
This was super intense. I think that Christmas goes well between Rory and Dean. I think they get each other really sweet gifts. I think he gets her something over the... I'm predicting he gets her something over the top and she doesn't quote unquote match it. So he gets her jewelry and she gives him a book. I don't know, something in that vein.
Okay.
I think there's a mismatch on Christmas. Or so forth. I don't know when Lorelai is going to wake up and start lusting for Luke. That better happen soon. I think maybe this will give Emily some chill. Because she absolutely refused to talk about the will. And I'm hoping that this near death experience will give her some goddamn chill, maybe. And she's there are bigger things in life than loosening your tie at the table. How could I have been so narrow?
You all, to my rewatchers of this series, how fun is it to watch with Carrie? Those predictions were fire. Oh my God. I have to talk to the ones who have watched all this before. Are you having an explosion in your mind?
I don't know if it's because I'm right or wrong. Are you exploding because I'm right or because I'm wrong?
I know. She's been reading the comments. So don't write it in the comments. Just give me a little winky face or something. Just
you guys,
let me know.
Please. I read the comments. And I'm very scared of spoilers on the comments. This whole thing rests on me not knowing anything. So please be very mindful to not put spoilers in the comments. Some of them are edging, and I don't like it.
And to find more about us, there's gilmorefriends.com. There's, our little bios, little pictures of us with who we are. And then we overshare here. So give it a listen, share it. Oh my God. If you have a Gilmore friend or if you want to make Gilmore friends like I always want to, share this episode, share the show.
Share, subscribe, mash that subscribe button.
Yeah. Thanks for listening.
That's what the kids say.
Yeah. You did it.
High five.